Hello and welcome to the Superhero Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt.
and today we're opening up.
Superhero Files.
Yeah, what page have we turned to today?
Warlock.
Adam.
Adam Warlock.
Yeah, right. So Adam Warlock. I'm not going to spoil anything. His first earliest appearances were in the Fantastic Four issues 66 to 67 in September and October in 1967, where he was referenced as.
Him.
Yeah. Um, It was also in Thor issues 165 to 166 between June and July of 1967. It was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and significantly developed by Roy Thomas and Jim Starlin. Yeah, Adam Warlock was created by Roy Thomas and Gil Kane because originally was just him, and then it took a while before him to actually be named Adam Warlock.
Yeah, he
So
didn't. He didn't even really have much of a personality originally. To be honest, he was a bit of a side character, wasn't
in his appearance in Marvel Premiere, his issue was a red tunic with golden lightning bolt, which was a homage to obviously Captain Marvel, the DC Captain Marvel. He also featured in the series The Power of Warlock, which ran 8 issues between August 1972 and October 1973, with some plot lines wrapped up in the Incredible Hulk Volume 2 issue, which was issues 19 issues 176 and 178. Alright, so let's go into a biography of him, as it were. So scientists on Earth, calling themselves the Enclave, created an artificial perfect human who initially calls himself him. After rebelling against his creators and having a conflict with Thor, he decides to leave Earth and travels into space. He encounters the High Evolutionary, who gives him the name Warlock. The High Evolutionary requests Warlock's help in saving the artificially created planet Counter-Earth, which was created by a piece of Earth kind of breaking off and then going on the other side of the sun, from the evil man-beast, and gives Warlock the Green Soul Gem. Which allows Warlock to capture the souls of other beings. Obviously, we've done a video on the Infinity Gems, so if you want to get more into that, you can watch that video. When he arrives on Counter-Earth, Warlock is given the name Adam by 4 teenagers who befriend him. After Man-Beast's defeat, Adam leaves Counter-Earth to find a new purpose. In his travels through space, Warlock encounters the Universal Church of Truth, an intergalactic religious organization led by a corrupt Magus. Warlock allies with Pip the Troll, the assassin Gamora, and Gamora's employer and adoptive father Thanos to oppose Magus. Eventually, Warlock realizes that Magus is a future version of himself who travels back in time after being driven insane by the use of his Soul Gem. Used with caution. Warlock chooses to alter his timeline by visiting himself a few months into the future and steals his own soul to prevent Magus from ever existing. Warlock then continues his journey knowing that he has seen his own death, but not knowing when it will happen. When the stranger attempts to steal Warlock's soul gem, he learns about 5 other related gems. Thanos gains possession of these gems with the intention of destroying Earth's sun. When Thanos causes mortal harm to Pip and Gamora, Warlock takes their souls to end their suffering. Warlock then enlists the aid of the Avengers, Captain Marvel, and Moondragon to stop Thanos. During the battle, Warlock's younger self appears and takes the older Warlock's soul. Inside the gem, Adam is reunited with Pip, Gamora, and the others in a utopian world known as the Soul World, which obviously is a kind of pocket dimension created within the Soul Gem, which it kind of creates itself, which is pretty cool. Warlock's soul is temporarily freed from the Soul Gem, allowing him to turn Thanos to stone and save Earth. After being resurrected, Thanos once again collects the Infinity Gems, forming them into the Infinity Gauntlet. When the Silver Surfer and Drax the Destroyer oppose Thanos, he captures them in the Soul Gem. In the world of the Soul Gem, the Surfer meets Adam Warlock and convinces him his help is needed to defeat Thanos again. Warlock agrees, and Pip and Gamora accompany him. They're all transmitted into new bodies and leads a group of Earth's heroes to defeat Thanos. Warlock obtains the gauntlet, becoming a near supreme being of the universe, the Cosmic Living Tribunal, whose powers and authority exceeds Warlock, decides that Warlock cannot be trusted to keep the Infinity Gauntlet and instructs him to divide the gems among other beings of Warlock's choosing. Warlock keeps the Soul Gem for himself and gives one of each gem to Pip the Troll, Gamora, Drax the Destroyer, Moondragon, and what could be seen as a kind of dumb decision, in my opinion, when I read it, the last gem is given to a reformed Thanos. So the character of Adam Warlock kind of is heavily built in with the Infinity Gems, and obviously as a result of that, he's heavily kind of in it with Thanos, as it were.
Yeah, that's basically his main function in the comics now. He's Thanos' main enemy, his arch enemy, I guess. I think that's what a lot of people are expecting to pop up in the MCU, which he probably will at some point. I think Magus or Magus, however you want to say it, it could be potentially the replacement for Thanos of the villain going forward in the MCU. I don't know whether they'll do it or not, but they've got to replace him with someone, and maybe that's an idea to go with.
The kind of whole Soul Gem stuff and the intricacies of that could make for good stories as well, but really it's got to be like, how much focus would you kind of do on the Infinity Gems outside just their kind of power and being of the Infinity Gauntlet?
Also, like, how much focus would you put on Warlock in the MCU at this point anyway? You're going to do a Infinity War movie, it's going to be on Iron Man and the rest of the Avengers, isn't it, rather than him?
Well, kind of ingratiated with that is kind of like hand in hand. So after giving these gems out, they dub them the Infinity Watch. During Warlock's temporary possession of the gauntlet, he purged good and evil from his being, leaving him entirely a creature of logic, which is a good idea, I guess, though it kind of makes him devoid of personality. One would imagine his good and evil aspects take on lives as two new physical beings, with the good half being a woman called Goddess and the evil half becoming Magus. Both of these become absorbed by the Soul Gem after a storyline. During the Annihilation Conquest story, Adam becomes a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is also the story where he becomes Magus and leads the Universal Church of Truth. He ends up dying, but the church resurrects Magus as a child, and he is captured and imprisoned by the Annihilators, who I guess put him in a little cocoon and kind of keep watch over him. On a new quest, Thanos encounters Warlock's soul in Death's domain, and it follows Thanos back to the world of the living, where it regains human form. So there's a lot of people die in these storylines, but they end up magically coming back to life and gaining their human bodies as well. Warlock accompanies Thanos on a journey as the universe merges with another one. Due to the conversion, Warlock is retroactively replaced by his counterpart from another universe. In conclusion of that, he becomes a new living tribunal and resurrects the other universe as Adam Warlock that it becomes the original one, and as a kind of result, the kind of main continuity one who just carries on adventures through space and time.
Oh god, that's confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. See, the Soul Gem stuff's pretty like solid, the dime, but when it comes to that storyline, it's a bit all over the place. Let's talk powers. So, as him, the character possess superhuman strength, speed, durability, stamina, agility, you know, the general kind of stuff, and the ability to manipulate cosmic energy for energy projection, flight and recuperation, e.g. creating a cocoon for self-preservation and regeneration. However, him sacrificed the majority of these powers by prematurely emerging from his cocoon in order to defend the High Evolutionary from assault by Man-Beast. In compensation... what are you laughing at? What's so funny?
Oh wow, That's so like goofy, cool, but in a goofy way. I don't see that's the kind of thing I doubt you'll see in the movie. Then again, if you are, maybe it will be like a Guardians kind of thing.
Yeah. In compensation, which ain't really that bad, the High Evolutionary gave him the Soul Gem. The gem possesses a consciousness of its own and demonstrates a vampiric hunger for souls. Vampiric hunger for the life energies of organic beings. It contains an idyllic pocket universe that holds all the souls that the gem has ever taken. The latest version, which I think is the coolest version, uses quantum magic that can manipulate energy, create force fields, teleport, travel faster than light, detect or produce wormholes and other irregularities in space on a cosmic scale, which I think is way better than just the kind of normal stuff that he does. Because the whole in superhuman strength, agility, blah 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 is played out, but I mean, detecting wormholes and stuff like that would be pretty cool. But I would say getting a soul gem in recompense for losing those cruddy abilities, I'd be pretty pleased with that.
I suppose, yeah. And like you say, it's kind of rare, isn't it? Everyone, it's a bit generic. I think everyone's kind of got those powers. I think it's kind of linked into his origin as well, where there wasn't much of a character there.
So I mean, it's interesting that if Adam Warlock was to pop up in the MCU, he's very tied to the Soul Gem, which hasn't appeared yet. But you'd think if he appeared, then the High Evolutionary, maybe, unless they rework that, the High Evolutionary would pop up as well, which could be
maybe.
interesting.
But although the elements for that might all pop up, it doesn't mean they're actually going to be as they are in the comic books.
Yeah, I know, generally it reworks, but I'm saying if they were to go on to
so
that
yeah,
thing.
logic would dictate, but it's like, think about Ultron, who is tied to Ant-Man, but in the films they rewrote it to be Tony Stark. They'll probably change a lot of that up.
And Bruce Banner.
And Bruce Banner.
Well, technically it wasn't. It was like the mind gem that kind of whatever, and he created himself off that.
Yeah, but Tony facilitated it. It was Tony's fault, and him pushing Bruce into it. So they'll probably rework a lot of it, but you'll still get the essence of what Warlock is if he pops up.
Yeah. So that is pretty much all you need to know about Adam Warlock. That is literally everything. His whole comic book history, storylines, where he's featured, the characters is interacted with. That's pretty much the whole shebang. So on that announcement, I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
And I'm going to be closing the superhero files for next time. And
Strong finish.
And we'll see you in the next episode.